Yo, we are live. Attitude Era podcast. You know what I'm saying? We might be popping up in some different places, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying? I'm King HP. That is the interview extraordinaire Gamage.
Hey, man, what's going on? What's going on?
We are coming up on Money in the Bank, brother. Money in the Bank. And how you feeling about Raw, man?
Like this episode, I don't. I felt like it felt like there was less matches and a lot of promo this episode. That's how I felt about
Mm.
this one. But for the few matches we got, I thought like two of them was cool. The rest, it was. I'd probably give Raw like probably like a 5.5, 6.
Five and a half or six. Yo, that number is starting to come up a lot lately with a lot of the viewership.
Yeah,
But I think when certain people get in top positions, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, CM Punk's, Cody. I'm not gonna say Cody because we just saw Cody, and we had comments about him. But time away sometimes heals the wounds. You know what I mean? But some of their top stars, and then you can put this thing kind of in like you can put the drive on. You can step on the gas a little bit, and I think that's what they need. And tonight might have been the first step because we saw some money in the banks. You know what I'm saying? I can't see these comments like this. What up, Vinny? I can like barely see the comments. I don't know what's going on over here.
I could see it. Now, Vinny said Raw was like a 6.5 out of 10.
Mm.
Polo just said, told me just say that the show wasn't good.
I mean, it's starting to be like that. But one thing, life is good for Mr. Seth Rollins.
Oh yeah, man.
Life is good. He got some good backup. Cause
Man,
they,
got he got both the bronze. He got both the bronze and the company in his squad, man.
that's a very lethal combo, and they seem to be very obedient. You see, they changed up. They got him in suits, him being in white, them being in black suits. The mystique of it, Paul Heyman on out, running things on the outside. It's a good look, but I almost feel like a fourth person is needed, and here's why. Tonight we saw, Seth Rollins advancing his Money in the Bank with Finn Balor and Sami
Sami
Zayn.
Zayn, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, cool. Well, there's only one other singles title. So is Braun going for it, or is Bronson Reed going to go for it, right? But if you bring another person, you can delegate. You two is tag your singles. You can rotate if you need to, without jealousy, because everybody got a chip, and that's why I think ultimately somebody's gonna get jealous. You know, Braun Breaker being told, I think is out of Paul Heyman's mouth tonight. If you're looking for the guy who's going to be the headliner of WrestleMania 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, so it's going to be Braun Breaker. So
Yeah.
where does that leave Bronson Reed? You know what I mean? Like, and Braun Breaker might want his to shine now. I mean, I know Seth is kind of the guy now, but you keep talking about you're the future. No, you're the now, brother. You're the now. And Braun is the future. And Bronson Reed is an animal. An animal. Were you surprised at any of the matches, the outcomes?
Uh, as I think, not really. The Kyrie Sane and Liv Morgan match, that one did surprise me. Even with the
Mm.
interference going wrong for Liv, I still didn't see Kyrie Sane winning that. So I was surprised they let her get that win.
I think with her being gone and to do the movie and stuff and being a tag team champion, WWE feels like that she can take L's and not really lose her momentum.
Yeah.
Not lots of L's, but here and there it's okay to lose. You lose a high quality match here, you get a win here, you get a win here. You lose a high quality match here, you get a win here, you get a win here. I think that formula is what they're using because we've seen that with like Penta over the last few weeks, where Penta, he takes some losses. You're like, damn, why take those losses? But tonight, the man with no fear, he got a nice little dub. You know,
Yeah. I mean, in these type of ladder matches, we need that one high flyer in that kind of match.
Yeah, Penta will tear the house down, and you still got I think Solo who qualified for Money in the Bank.
We
Yeah.
got LA Knight and Solo Sokoa.
So adding Penta to that mix, you still got a Jacob fought to I forgot who's in Jacob's match. It's like Jacob Andrade. I think it's
Oh, and
Carmelo Hayes.
I think Melo Hayes. Yeah,
Is it okay? So you got that still to come. Seth Rollins just qualified, so you got a heavy hitter in there, and it's interesting to see. You got some big weight, big name guys out too. Kevin Owens is still out. Drew McIntyre just went on the shelf. I don't. I can't even read these comments. They're so little.
then he said, "Watch Chad sneak in there as El Grande."
Dog, that would be crazy. I mean, you can do a lot with that character if you're going to keep saying that he is not, what I'm saying, he's not Chad Gable.
Yeah, that's true.
Very, very reminiscent of what Mankind, Mick Foley, Cactus Jack used to do, like the Royal Rumbles. He gets in with multiple entries. He can do multiple qualifying matches. Like, yo, I, El Grande Americano or whatever, he's undefeated. You know,
And maybe it's me. He's kind of over.
who, Chad?
No, El Grande. He's kind of over.
Yeah. Yeah, because people attach it to Chad, I think, and Chad is over, and now he's made a new character that it's like it should be corny as hell, but
Yeah,
because it's Chad Gable, it's gonna work for a little while. You know what I'm saying? So, salute to him
yeah. But
for
I
getting
also
it.
feel like that's kind of a. Not saying it's exactly the same, but I think it's like a similar Chelsea Green effect. How it's her character that got her over, even though she's heel.
Right, 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 and she does it well too, because she just got a big deal, re-signed with the WWE. So look for big things in that part. Um, how do you feel, man? I feel like Jay Uso tagging with Cody Rhodes. I'm not a fan of this main event going into Money in the Bank, and the reason I'm bringing that up is because these are intergender show matches. Like
Yeah,
Cody's in SmackDown, Jay's on Raw, Logan Paul. I don't even know, he's on Raw, and then you got John Cena who's supposed to be on SmackDown, but he comes to Raw with the what I'm saying. Like it's all this intergender mixing, not intergender but inter-show mixing, and I would like to see someone go for their own title, and I would like to see Jay Uso because Gunther came out to talk to that man. He came out here to talk to that man. When you see Gunther getting a shot, Gunther said, I think it's in 2 weeks from today.
no, it's gonna be the Monday after Money in the Bank, so it's gonna be on Raw.
What you think the outcome of that's gonna be? Because Gunther looks focused.
So this is my concern. My concern during the promo, Jay said he's gonna make him tap out again. So if I see another ending, I'm not. I don't mind Jay winning, but if I get another ending of him doing a sleeper and he taps again, I'm gonna lose it.
Yeah, I think that was all the way bad, bro. I think it was a bad ending. I think it was an okay match, but a bad ending. The build up is what we needed to hear. We need to hear the one, two,
Yeah,
three, oh, right? Because no one care. I made you tap out. Well, you really hurt Gunther's character. The ring general tapped out in like so fast. It's not like it would have been cool if he'd have passed out
yeah,
and he'd have been like, I never gave up. I am the ring general. I will die in that ring. And it doesn't hurt his character. Jay picks up the championship and Gunther starts going on a rampage and you can see why he would have been so mad and he would have snapped on Pat McAfee. Because they'd be like, Gunther lost, and Gunther being like, I did not lose. I did not lose to no Jay Uso. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just
yeah.
I think it was poorly played, man. Poorly played. But the result was achieved, just not the result we not the way not the best result given, and it's okay. But
Yeah, but
I think
for that bout though, it might be like an interference or a DQ. I don't know. It's gonna be weird to see Jay beat Gunther clean again.
I agree. And if he does, I think it's the demise of the Gunther character because Jey Uso is not considered. If Jay, when you look at Jey Uso and I look at a Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, those type of guys, I don't put them in that category. I have them like two. I really look at Jey Uso as a really good mid tier, to be honest, really good mid tier. And short title reigns work for him for the world title. And I think his time might be up, man. Maybe he recaptures it down the road, does another 21. Like when I looked at Edge championships today, Edge is like an 11-time champion, but he ain't never held that title more than 105 days.
No, the Edge had short title reigns.
All of them were short, but people will rank Edge so high, and Edge did this and Edge did that. Edge is one of the greats. Edge never held that title for 6 months.
Yeah.
He has multiple 20-day championship reigns. He got championship reigns shorter than Jey Uso's, multiple of them. So I don't think it hurts characters, man. I don't think it hurts characters. I think it can if they don't bring you back to that title. And you know what I'm saying? If you don't come back now, it's like, okay, it's just they felt like they made a mistake. But if you can keep in that title loop, you know what I'm saying? Eventually you become that guy because Edge was that guy at one point. He was one of the guys in the company that was a top tier guy, and people looked at him that way. So it's not that Jey Uso can't do that, but I think this title reign is a dub. You know what I mean? Like you face Gunther. He hasn't even got the rematch with Gunther yet. He faced Logan Paul. You're going into a tag match with no titles on the line. I mean, what we doing?
Mhm.
What we doing? So
And it's weird when you can't even think of an opponent for him after this.
no, no, it makes sense for Gunther. I get it, but if that happens, Seth Rollins, I think that's like a wash. If Seth doesn't take that title off him, and he's got goons and all that, like it doesn't.
You know.
It's not
But
gonna make Jey Uso credible.
yeah, because the thing is, I do think he holds it until SummerSlam and Seth drops it. I just don't know who do you give him from now till SummerSlam.
Well, luckily SummerSlam ain't too far away. Money in the Bank is what 2 weeks, like June 9th,
Yeah,
June 7th, June 6th, somewhere in
yeah,
that range.
seventh, I think.
Okay, so you don't got too much further to wait there. But you still gotta get right. You gotta get to July. Sorry, you got another Saturday night main event. I think July 12th. Um, he may not even be on that card, but we'll see. That
Yeah,
remains to be seen.
unless they have some type of like plan with AAA where they do another like cross promotion PLE and they do a champion versus champion with Jay to kind of like drag out the reign.
Yeah, I think this might be done. I mean, I'm not keen on Jey Uso's title run right now. I'm not really keen on a lot of these championship runs, but um, speaking of championships, there was some championships defended tonight
Yeah, we
in
had
a
the
six
tag
man.
team.
You know, maybe I've been a little harsh on the New Day,
Uh oh.
but I'm still gonna be harsh on the New Day. Screw that tag titles. Make one title with the SmackDown. Because that's what they have for the women. The women have to go to every show and battle. There's no NXT
Yeah.
Women's Champions. There's no NXT Tag Team Women's Champions. I mean, no SmackDown Tag Women's Champs or Raw. It's just one collective, and that means you got to bounce show to show. The women's tag division is not good. No bueno. There's no dominant tag other than like Liv and Raquel, but outside of that, nobody's really like, at least not in my brain, that pops up like there's these two, there's these two, there's these two, and most of the ones that are in NXT. Well, not anymore. You release some of them, you
Yeah.
know. So
Yeah, unless with also with Kyrie beating Liv, unless that was a way of teasing them feuding with the Ibuki
damage.
Warriors when Asuka comes back.
I don't even have faith that she's coming back.
Mm,
I don't know what's happening no more. She got the Big E treatment, bro. I don't know what to tell
damn.
you. You know what I'm saying? She's been gone for like 2 years, maybe not two, but it's a long time with
Yeah,
no type of like. vignettes or people don't mention her. So
I
I
mean,
don't.
I think she is coming back. It's been almost a year because she's been active on like social media. So I think at some point, I just don't think they have anything for her right now.
Well, good luck in that department because they had Shinsuke Nakamura sitting on a shelf for months. You know what I mean? And that was a talent I felt like they could have used it well before then. AJ
Yeah,
Styles was sitting around for a while too. Um, Getting back to that tag picture though, there was a New Day winning. New Day wins tag team triple threat. It was a weird. I don't like tag team triple threats unless it's like a tornado tag
yeah,
because
same. I agree.
you know what I mean. It's just a little too weird. Like, all right, three tag teams, two people are in the ring wrestling. You can tag anyone you want, but it's a real wrestling triple threat, but only two people in. You know, it's just it gets a little weird. It's a little weird. I think they should kind of fall away from that and make it tornado style, um, or something. Someone's got to give it that, or it's triple threat style, the same way we can tag out, but three people start in the ring. Something's got to be because it's just a little too weird with two.
Yeah,
Just a little too
usually,
weird.
I mean, before it used to be three. I don't know why it was two.
Hey, I don't know either, but I don't really know about too many other Raw tag teams either. That's why I say they need to just get rid of those titles, lump that whole group together with the tag titles on SmackDown, and now you have a deep division, with some killers in there, and some legends. You can always pull the Usos back. You can always put Penta and Rey Fenix together for a special combo if you want, and really tear the house down. And then any other tag teams you want to formally make. But New Day got a dub, man, using their wits.
See, now here's the thing: what team beats New Day for that belt?
I think they got to form one.
Mm,
Maybe the Judgment Day if they pull their head out their ass, but they got to figure out what's their two, the combo.
right.
I don't know. I really don't see it again.
Yeah.
Probably Finn and JD McDonough.
Yeah, they were tag champs at one point.
Man,
We could
and
see.
I wouldn't mind seeing them again, man. JD McDonough, uh, Finn Balor, the king of the small people.
See, I did have one little hot topic. Well, yeah, kind of a hot topic. So I might get some flack for this, maybe.
Oh, go ahead, do tell, brother.
So the way they've been booking Seth's faction, yeah, now at this point it's a full faction, I guess. The way they dress up in the black suits, how everybody's acting heel. This is how Cena's heel run should have been.
Mm.
Like the demeanor of how they come out, how they dress with the black, everything. That should have been how Cena should have been heel, at least image wise.
I like that. I think that would have definitely turned heads. It would have definitely caught the attention of a lot of people because I look at like people try to put Cena's heel turn as the greatest, but like let's be clear, part of what makes the great heel turn is what they do afterwards.
Yeah,
Hogan turned heel, but what happened afterwards was crazy. The run they went on, the changing of the the entire landscape of wrestling, and
like
not only just their company but the other companies as well.
that heel turn changed the sport.
Yes, yes. And John Cena's is just like, okay, he went heel. I think some of the run is. I'm not a super fan of it. It needs work, man. And at this point, with all the top tier talent you have, and as long as y'all been in the game and you all have seen heel turns before, we need more than this. We need more than this. We don't need some guy from the boardroom coming down. We never knew. I just made that stuff up about the soul, so that means nothing. So John Cena didn't really join The Rock, right? Because that
Yeah,
really didn't. So there was no faction there. You just do that to get it over, which at first it seemed like a crazy thing. It seemed like that group was going to be what Seth Rollins' group is, which is to what you were saying
Yeah,
a little bit. If they'd have got some little lackeys for John Cena, you know what I'm saying? Some little intercontinental type of mid tier or even tag team level talent around John to book to you know what I'm saying to help him secure the win, courtesy of The Rock. I can't really read these comments. If it was listening to this, it might be one of the greatest the Orton, and then cut their promo right after the match. Yeah, but it's got whacked. One thing I remember what I said to start that sentence. One
yeah,
thing you got, the one thing that makes the heel turn crazy is what happens after, and it has been substandard. Hogan's heel turn, remarkable. Marty Jannetty getting thrown through the glass. What did Sean do? He went on a run, went to the Intercontinental, turned his whole character around. One thing both of those two did was change their image. They changed their attire. They changed their music. They changed. And I get what John. I'm gonna ruin wrestling, but you're not really ruining it. You're just like, I don't know. I don't know.
See now
Doesn't
what? Not see now what I would have done with Cena, at least if we're going by after the Orton match. And this is why I was saying, telling somebody else, they rushed the R-Truth rivalry. You could have swindled R-Truth, like make it seem like you could have used them for a bit, make him look stupid, like a lackey of yours, while you're doing everything. Nobody's gonna really hate on R-Truth because he's playing like that's my fan
right.
kind of deal. So you could have done that. Truth could have helped you maybe win one or two matches or whatever the case may be, and then whenever you're done with him, then you turn and then you have that match.
That would have
And
worked too.
and they didn't even do that. They really rushed it. Even when I had called it, I thought they were gonna drag it a little bit. Same night they ruined it.
Yeah. I I mean, I didn't have much faith in the R Truth Cena rivalry because R Truth wasn't anybody to really be competing at that level. I did think they should have made it a undisputed championship match just for Pete's sake. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are we doing regular non-title matches on Saturday Night Main Event? Um, I just put Cena with the Wyatts is crazy.
Yeah.
Um,
My only assumption for that is I guess they didn't want Jay and Logan Paul's title match to be over. That's maybe. That's just me
Maybe
trying to
you're
make
right.
sense of it.
It could have very well been that because they closed the show and that was a title match. So it could have been that. There's a lot of times there's those analytics and all that other stuff that they look at and they say, hey, let's do it this way.
Yeah, because if I'm gonna give credit where it's due, you say Cena's defending a title match, 9 out of 10. That's gonna be your main event.
That's a good point. Yeah. Dang, is that me with the echo? Can you hear it echoing?
See, I don't hear echoing. You hear it on mine?
I don't know. I hear it there, like, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to make sure it's not coming out in the little
Oh,
broadcast. You know what I'm saying?
nah, I don't hear nothing.
Times in hot water. Yeah, that's you. Who, me echoing? Liv Morgan came back. Like we talked about her with Kyrie Zane. And I mean, I feel bad for Dom, man. Dom is in a rough spot. He got Roxanne giving him nuggets. You know what I'm saying?
Look, as of right now, Dom is currently the GOAT.
Yo,
I don't
Dom
think
is
we can debate this right now, man.
Dom is the best champ. He's in a good position. He's in a position. He got Dom is in a good position. They bringing him handcrafted nuggies. Carlito with the bar of the night. He said, "Hey man, you can't be eating anybody's nuggies." Hey, salute Mike
Nuggets,
McCullough.
yo.
Salute in the chat. Make sure y'all get out and vote Wednesday Night Wars too. The poll is only on YouTube this week, but it's pretty dominant. top 5 moments, not memories. I said moments. You know what I'm saying? Archie's the Horseman picked 5. I think theirs was like, what doesn't matter is what theirs is. In the words of The Rock, it doesn't matter what their moments were. You know what I'm saying? Uh, yeah, we up here. Just make sure you get to that poll. Make sure you do your poll work. Make sure you vote. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be up here too much long. You see, I'm out of place. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the pocket. I'm in the car. I'm not even supposed to be here. It's gonna be what's it looking like? Yo, last I seen it, it was like 80 to 20% with like 30 votes or something like that. Yeah, he's up. It's a pretty big lead. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say that's
Pretty big lead, but you know what I'm saying? You got a whole nother day and a half to vote. So you get another 60, 70, 80, 100 votes in there, it could change. But you know what I'm saying? When Vince bought the WCW, you know what I'm saying? Where was you at when the Monday Night Wars ended? That ended the Monday Night Wars. You know what I mean? Whoo! So crazy. What else? What else happened? What else happened tonight that it made me say something towards
for Dom.
Oh yeah. Dom, man, Dom didn't have a qualifying match, right? I don't think he does have one coming up. That I didn't hear him say anything about it. Good.
No, if so, it hasn't been confirmed yet. Maybe next week if he's in one.
Please don't. Please, I'm gonna cross my fingers. I'm tired of seeing other champions try to fight for and go into and then they eat the pins and all this other stuff, and it's like,
yeah.
Like Julia just beat somebody like that last week. Zelina Vega, matter of fact. She beat Zelina Vega with a qualifying match with Charlotte Flair, and Zelina ate the pin. So now your U.S. champ lost a triple threat match clean. Oh, shit. I'm knocking on. You know what I'm saying? And,
Boom.
Welcome to the stage.
Welcome to. Oh, we got the comments in here now. I see we got them on the side now on a little scroll. I can read what y'all saying. Y'all haters got nowhere to hide now. Nowhere.
I can't even read it. I'm on my phone. I'm in the spot. No, I'm in the bat cave. You know what I mean?
He in the bat cave.
I popped out so I could at least be on screen for a while. I didn't want to.
Hey, listen, homies just got back from work. I'm pretty sure I popped my eardrum. I can't even hear out my left ear. I broke my other pair of glasses. We on the backup. But Liv Morgan's back, so none of that matters. My baby is back. It's Monday Night live with Liv. We don't care about none of the rest of that. Dominic, you a snake. Chivalry is dead. Don't even fucking start with oh man, we started early with this.
He was just getting some nuggets.
You had nuggets. You had a whole chicken fried steak, and you gonna downgrade to nuggets? How the fuck, bro? See this is about Jerry, and I just got in here. He the type of motherfucker that have a whole chicken fried steak and still dump it for some nuggets. Come on, man. Xena,
I ain't gonna lie. That logic kind of makes sense to me too. I ain't gonna hold you.
If you listen, hold up. Let me check. Okay, I had to make sure my bread was exactly where I left it when I left it. First and foremost, Nixon 6. But second of all, if you prefer Roxanne, I got no problem with it. But I will tell you, you're wrong to your face. Objectively, this is not.
Damn.
It's not a debate. I'm not willing.
Liv is cool. Roxanne is the prodigy, though.
I'm not, bro. Gamage, stop him. I can't do this tonight, bro. I can't do this tonight, bro. I just tuned in.
I ain't gonna hold you. Yo. I ain't gonna hold you. I
close this shit.
They got me in the bat cave on a work night. You know what I'm saying? I was supposed to be at the crib, snoring.
Shit is dangerous. I said, how y'all doing? Shit got quiet. Ain't no one doing nothing, bro. Gamage got more quiet than he already be. This shit is crazy. I thought it was a pretty good Raw though. I really did. I liked it. I like where the story
was it the end. No, I'm just saying, what did you like? Was it the beginning, end? Was it the
I'm gonna
match
tell you
quality?
exactly what I like, because I got something else that you're not gonna like to hear too, and
Okay,
that is,
that's
excuse
fair.
me, I'm just checking some recaps on my phone and shit. I'm gonna tell you exactly. Should I start with the hot take about Saturday night main event, or should I start with Raw? Because fuck it, I'll start with the hot take. I think Saturday main event was good. I'm gonna be real. They had a bunch of. They had Bronson Reed come back. They had Cody Rhodes come back. They had Jesse on the commentary again, even though he was a little Jesse. It's not 1752. Shut the fuck up sometimes. You know what I mean?
I love Jesse on the commentary.
He was.
Hey, one thing I know for certain, he did not let WWE write his shit.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah. Now, any of the old heads that pull up, they don't want them to do it.
Absolutely not. And also, oh shit! How I look down and then I look up and Archie's here. This shit is crazy. The reason I like Saturday Night Main Event is because I felt like they were trying, and that's why I liked Raw tonight. Is because I felt like they're pushing new storyline other than the Cody shit. Please, for the love of God, do not let him be the one to dethrone John Cena, which I have a theory about because I don't think it's going to be Cody anymore. But I like that they're trying to push new stories. I like the Seth faction a lot. And if I'm talking too loud, y'all, my eardrum is fucked up. I don't even know. I might not hear ever again. But I like the new Seth Rollins faction a lot. I like the Cody return, even though the reason I like the Cody return is because I think it'll set up a rematch before the dethroning, which is what I hope for. And with the whole R-Truth thing, I have a theory. I'll say this real quick before we get to Raw. I think R-Truth is going to be the one to kind of turn Cena face again. I don't think he's going to end the run as a heel, even if it goes to the last moment where he gets dethroned and then he shakes hands, lifts the arm of the victor. I think R-Truth is going to make him turn face again. I think he's going to save John Cena. He is Darth Vader's Luke Skywalker. That's what I think. And I think adding Bronson Reed to the Seth faction, fire. Super fire. I can't remember a recent time when we had a faction that strong. I guess Judgment Day, but I think they're way stronger than Judgment Day for real, just talent wise.
Yeah, I think so too.
I know y'all wasn't feeling Saturday Night Main Event. I seen it. I seen the messages. I know y'all wasn't feeling it.
I mean, but shit, you calling it Saturday Night Main Event. I'll call it Saturday Night Commercials.
Yeah, that was a lot of those. There was a lot.
There you go. He's awoke, people.
There was a lot of those. I'm not gonna hold you. I hate. Here's one thing I hated about it. I don't like Logan Paul and John Cena versus Jey Uso and who the hell is Jey Uso's partner?
Cody.
Oh my God, that's why I didn't remember. That's why I hate it so much. Yeah, I don't like that match at all, but it's what it is. They're trying to do what they can to make Jay stronger, which I think even tonight with Seth winning and everything, realistically, they should send Seth. If Seth wins, they should send him after Jay. He should stay away from John Cena. They need to strengthen up Jay somehow, in my opinion.
I don't think you can. I think the strengthening of those guys comes from their runs as champions and other things and what they've done before they get the belt. Jey Uso does not have a strong resume prior to winning the world title. So it's hard to look at him and say he's the guy. You know, his best shot was dethroning Roman at one point because it was just, but that was just, and that goes back to what I say about storyline champions. Like, yeah, it fits the storyline, but then you okay, now go out into the real world and go do something. You're like, oh shit, there's no one for me to fight because they're all watching me. It was only good for this moment, and I think Jey Uso is a tough champion to get over because you skip steps.
I see. It's weird that that's even a thing. Saying skip steps, and he's been there for like the other day was the anniversary of the debut of the Usos, and that was like 15 years ago.
Yeah,
So
but
it's weird.
Jey Uso wasn't a singles wrestler. Just like if Xavier Woods were to just win the world title, people would be like, he's not ready. That's why everyone said he's not ready. He's not. He held the title for 28 days and lost it. We've never seen this guy wear singles gold. For the longest time, we see him eat pins.
That's facts.
And
that's facts.
And you know what I mean. So when you tell us just because the people yeet and they chant and they buy shirts, he's the guy. Don't spit in my face and tell me it's raining.
Oh, you sound like me.
I mean, he's just not the guy.
You know what he needs? He needs the night man. Z, that t-shirt's amazing.
I appreciate you. This is one of my favorite shows ever.
Nobody mentioned that t-shirt.
It's not always sunny in WWE because a lot of shit is going on.
If you know what Z has on, you'll be just as tickled as me, man. My sinuses is whipping my ass, so.
Me too, bro. I'm over here going deaf, but it's still a good day because my baby Liv came back, bro. I want them to put every champion. She should be the world champion. They should change it to Monday Night Live with Liv. That's it. Liv, I can't believe Jerry was pissing me off. Archie, he wasn't here. He done gave up the chicken fried steak for chicken nuggets. It was pissing me off. But
she's the prodigy. Don't act like she ain't fire too.
Bro, so
you hold up. You
go ahead, Archie. Get him.
You drop Liv for Roxanne?
I wouldn't drop Liv for Roxanne, but it's not. If you ain't around, you can't rub my back. You ain't here to make me chicken nuggies, and she come through with some chicken nuggies. Why not dabble a little bit? You know.
And you see, this is why I would never marry you, Jerry. Because as soon as I'm off working, you going to go get some other chicken nuggets, even though I'm the steak, the rare steak. You see this shit? This is crazy. This is trifling behavior. I didn't know you was this trifling, Jerry.
Hey, one thing I know about HP,
in the comments.
One thing I know about HP is he going to eat.
Whether it's Triscuits or chicken nuggets, that motherfucker going to eat.
He going to eat.
He going to eat. He going to eat. That's
I will say something, though. Gable almost murdered a man today. Chad Gable at the bottom. Oh, no, Penta. I'm sorry. Chad Gable almost got murdered. Penta almost murdered.
Didn't Gable just recover from something with his head or his neck? Like,
yup.
Yeah,
yup.
Gable got to chill.
Yo,
he's doing double duty as two wrestlers, so he got to chill anyway. Allegedly. Allegedly.
What was it? A sit down power bomb. He almost landed on his neck. He was like 1 inch off. Like, whoo.
Vinny said, I bet Z got a Liv Morgan poster in his room. Vinny, hit me up, DM me, send me one, and I will hang it up and I will show it in the next stream. And it'll stay there. I'll hang it up on the ceiling. So I look at it like this when I wake up. Stop playing with me.
Freaky motherfucker, you.
Oh, all the way. Oh, for Liv? Oh, yeah.
Yo, mind, you met Liv Morgan?
Yeah, I did.
See,
oh my God! Whoa.
Like.
I'm about to start throwing shit at Gamage. What's good with you? See, this is why I can't even want a pretzel.
And he don't say nothing. He don't say nothing. See, Gamage sneaky Pete. That's what he is.
Yeah,
Gamage. I can't even desire a pretzel.
Well, here's the next question. Here's the other question. Have you met Roxanne Perez?
Yeah, I met her too.
Bro, I'm about to log out.
So now I gotta ask a question. Gamage, what that thing smell like?
Hey, bro, relax. Relax. Bro,
I'm just saying their scent, their overall scent, their aura.
See, we're not asking the right questions. We're not asking Liv or Roxanne. Gamage, no. But he don't, you know what I'm saying? He don't be putting us on. You know what I'm saying?
Pissing y'all off, though? This motherfucker just be like, yo, I'll be right back and go meet 18 pretzels. No sort of connection, no sharing the pretzels, no opening the bag. You want to look at the pretzel? Nothing. He just come back and got picked. Gamage, I promise you, Gamage.
He don't bang with us. You know what I'm saying? He don't bang with us.
Yeah,
you know
gotta
what,
be
though?
close to him.
I can't be too pissed off because he going for the pretzel. So I feel you.
He did it. He did it. He did it. He did it.
I feel you.
Gamon's like Tim Duncan. You don't see him work, but at the end of the game, he got 30, 12, and 10. Like, when did this happen?
That's a great, bro. That is the best fucking comparison to Gamaj you can have. This motherfucker be like, I'll be right back. Come back with 40 pictures of everyone in WWE. But I think what you said, Archie, about Gable, they got him double duty. That's another good point, because I had made this point before, how the work schedule has changed for these superstars to, like, their bodies aren't used to taking bumps like these old superstars. Like, it's kind of weird to me. Like, I get that it's overworked and shit, but that was kind of what being a WWE wrestler was. You worked more than everyone else. You made more than everyone else. You were more famous than everyone else, because that's what WWE was. And the work schedule is dramatically changing, and you have more people getting injured than ever. I read somewhere that there was like 9 superstars right now out with serious injuries. They just wrote off Drew McIntyre for who knows why. Like,
that might be the worst thing they could have done. And the way they did it was terrible. Drew McIntyre should have been nowhere near a steel cage after the match he had with CM Punk in a steel cage. Like,
yeah, I agree.
They just wasted.
Also, super anticlimactic. Why you like Jesse the Body Ventura called that shit out?
Yep.
Straight up.
I hated Jesse, but I loved it at the same time. It was like Jesse was wilding. Jesse was talking over the announcers. Jesse did not care. He was like, "Hey, fuck it, I'm here. Y'all wanted to hear, I'm here."
Jesse's like one of those friends you hang around. Like, he be funny as hell, so you chill, but he talk a lot. But like the shit he be saying, it's not like wrong shit. He just be saying a lot of it. You know what I mean?
You be like, yo, you can't say that. He's pre, like, you know what I'm saying? You be like, yo, you can't say that.
Yeah, he's not from this time period. He's from a different time period. He don't really give a fuck. And also, if they fire him, like, I don't even think he gives a fuck about that.
Bro, he was like, I was a Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
I was the governor. I've been a superstar. Like, I've done everything you can possibly do under the sun.
Bro. And here's the thing. Y'all call me. Y'all call me.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. Like, I feel like even Jesse Ventura's presence is like a sign of how things are changing. Because I don't know if it happened before, but I don't think it would have happened before. This is a motherfucker who wanted royalties for his voice. And
no, I never thought I'd see Jesse Ventura not back, but not this much. We've seen him a lot in the past year. Like,
he's at every Saturday Night Main Event.
A lot.
Jesse was on bad terms with the WWE.
Bro, I was gonna say he wanted royalties for his voice on the videotapes, and Vince just went back and took his voice off everything. Like, this is a man who really got crazy beef with them, but even that is kind of like a sign of how shit is changing. But I really feel like, I don't know if I'm bugging, but it seems like the morale and I've talked about this before, is down. Like, it's almost like they don't know what to do with the product. It's going a lot of weird ways. You
know, like, it's like when Jack in the Box or McDonald's or somebody just introduce a new burger and you're like, what the hell is this? Like, who asked for this? Like, they're just trying it. Like, oh, here go a new flavor of Doritos. It's sardines and cheese sticks. Like, who? What?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
They just in the kitchen putting it together. Like,
that shit is like when the new Pokemon drop and they got a Pokemon that's just like a book and they call it booklet. You're like, yo, what the fuck is the design? Oh no! They coming for Jerry. Jerry, run!
HP arrived at the arena.
Oh, they coming for Jerry.
Bro, I was already here. I came outside so I could, you know what I'm saying, so I could talk freely.
He waiting on Roxanne. I see you, Jerry. I see you, bro. They ain't never gonna have. Who said that, Mike? They won't never have a union in WWE. If it did happen, it would happen now. And look, it sounds fucked up to say. Mike said that. He said tried to have a union for wrestlers. Vince said, "Fuck out of here." Bro, a union for wrestlers. I'm just being real. As awesome as it sounds, that might be when shit gets it's done and it's just whack now. I'm just being real. Like
if they have a union for wrestlers, then they're gonna have to hire wrestlers because wrestlers are independent contractors.
Exactly.
No, they're not. But if they did that, they would be like the NBA. You could have something like that, like the NBA and the NFL. They have a players' union. That would be horrible. Look how the NBA has turned out. It's all about money. No one gives a shit about the product.
Also, right now they are independent contractors. I'm pretty sure that's how it was.
No, they're not. They're not because they all are contracted to WWE. People who are they're under contract.
Unless you work in the indies, like you're an indie wrestler.
Independent.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean.
They're wrestlers.
Look, if you Google are WWE wrestlers independent contractors, yes, WWE wrestlers are classified as independent contractors. WWE wrestlers sign contracts that explicitly define their status as an independent contractor.
Yeah, they get 1099s.
Exactly, a 1099. That's what I get paid for battle raps. I'm not part of these leagues.
Because if you hire them as not independent contractors, you have to give them benefits. You have to give them health insurance. You have to give them retirement, 401k. You have to give them all the things that a union will guarantee. So
now, that include an exclusivity clause in that independent contract.
So they signed. That's crazy.
Yeah, they get 1099.
That's fucked up.
Y'all don't remember when that came out and everyone was like, "Yo, this is crazy." They get 1099s.
That's why they pay for their own travel and hotels and stuff.
Exactly.
Who calls me during a stream? That means you don't know my motherfucking schedule.
They ain't heard Liv came back tonight.
Oh, Gamaj, next time you see Liv and Roxanne, ask them, is it true? Or they independent contractors? Because you got the inside scoop.
Mr. Kennedy, and this was a long time ago, he just did an interview with Chris CVV where he said when he got injured against Batista, Hornswoggle drove him to the emergency room. The first thing I
remember that.
You ain't got no nurse on the side. No. Hornswoggle drove him to the emergency room that was just around. That ain't no.
That's why I always mention the medical clearance thing. Somebody's not cleared in one company, they get cleared in another, right? It's a weird thing with the doctors and all that. That's like, I think when Kyrie Irving got hurt, they wanted him to only see the team doctor. He's like, no, I'm going to see my doctor. It's a lot with being a wrestler, but yeah, they don't have, and if you hire them, guess what else you got to do, Jerry? Guarantee money. You got to guarantee some money because it's a thing. And that's where the whole sports entertainment thing come in at. Vince changed it for tax purposes, but I'm sure that plays a role in it too.
Bro, Edge was cleared. The WWE doctor said he could never wrestle again. Edge called Vince. This is out of Edge no mouth. He said, yo, I got an offer to go somewhere else. Vince said, nah, we doing that here. And suddenly the doctors cleared Edge. That's not they control that shit, bro. They do what they want, bro.
Daniel Bryan, same thing. He said he couldn't wrestle again, and he's over in AEW, or Bryan Danielson, whatever you want to call him.
Speaking of that, I do want to say something because y'all know I usually hate on AEW. I want to make fuck AEW shirts, but there's something I got to give up for AEW. Those Anarchy in the Arena matches be fire. I ain't never seen nothing like it. I only seen it there. They got bands playing. The first time I ever watched an Anarchy in the Arena match, I watched it on one of those websites. You know what I mean? You just type in format. And I heard the music playing. I was like, these motherfuckers kept the music playing to avoid copyright to not get pulled back. But no, that was just a match. So shout out to that match because that Anarchy in the Arena match went crazy for real.
HP, you hit him with the I know we talking Monday Night Raw, but since Z talking about other companies, did you hit him with the and new?
Oh no, I wasn't. No, I did not hit him with the.
That shit is trash. I don't even want.
Can I get a tired and new? Because you look sleepy. Just
I'm about
give me
to
a little.
turn
I'm about to slide.
Go ahead.
And new. You know what I'm saying? I think that is one of the greatest things they can do and the worst. One.
Same.
Let's see how this plays out, right? But if I'm TNA, I got a big problem with this.
OD, bro. What are they doing?
If I'm Trick Williams, I have a big problem with this.
I have questions now too because
Trick just got downgraded. I love Trick, but
would you rather be on the main roster or be a TNA champion?
The main fucking bro. don't nobody, if you ask anybody in that locker room, like, yo, we're going to just throw you on Monday Night Raw, and you might have a chance, or we'll give you the TNA champ. Before you even say championship, they're going to be like, throw me on the main roster. Who the fuck? Why are they trying to build up TNA so much? I don't get it. Unless they're going to buy TNA.
I don't think they've been trying to build TNA up because this TNA has not looked good in this at all yet. So
now
I made the joke in the chat earlier. Trick got called up to TNA. So Trick, they got to figure something out with Trick. And it's his birthday. So it's Trick Williams and Roman Reigns' birthday. So shout out to the guy.
Oh, all right. I can only say happy birthday to one. So I'm going to say happy birthday, Roman. As soon as Trick come back from TNA, I'm gonna wish him a happy birthday. But until then,
it's like fire. But see, I said this a few weeks ago.
It is too.
Randy Orton should have beat Joe Hendry for that title at WrestleMania.
That would have made sense.
If they were gonna do that and let Randy just go crazy in the locker room, that would have been fire. Randy Orton destroying TNA and somebody finally stepping up and killing the legend killer. That's how you build the next talent. I beat the legend killer. So
no, I agree. If they were going to do it, they might as well have sent one of their big guns and sent. But I feel like, excuse me, y'all. I feel like WWE does this thing where it's like, if they send Randy, right, they're almost saying that it's like almost like TNA is on that level. I feel like that's the mindset. So they send like a Trick Williams. Not that Trick Williams isn't fire. He's one of the next stars. But come on, bro. You gonna get in the TNA?
It's like they experimenting with it, and I think that's the part I don't like because it's not.
Let me ask you a question.
Before you ask that question,
I saw Shawn Michaels holding that TNA title, and my stomach started hurting.
That shit, bro. To even put that shit in his Triple H should have smacked that shit out of his hands. Be like, yo, you are D-Generation X, you motherfucker. But I will say this, and then Jerry asked you a question. I think Joe Hendry is one of the best / worst wrestlers out right now. I'm starting to get sick of the motherfucker.
What are when you play WWE 2K, what do they be having them NXT motherfuckers rated as? Like, what's their best guy?
Yeah, it got to be in the maybe mid to high 80s. Ain't none of them
78.
High 80s. Bro, they're in 70s, 60s. Yeah, they're in 70s, 60s, and you might get a guy rated as an 80. Let me tell you something. WWE as the main roster doesn't think highly of NXT talent. Let me tell you why. We've seen the evidence. When the NXT people come up, they don't dominate the way they used to. Very, very few do. Very few do. Typically, they kind of start being like jobbers to the main roster guys, where they're taking losses to their Sami Zayns or their Charlotte Flairs or whomever, right? So clearly NXT talent is below the main roster talent. Trick Williams has a crazy match with Joe Hendry. When he goes against main roster talent at WrestleMania, man, it was 6 minutes in total with the pose. Yeah. You are shitting on TNA even though Vince is gone, this is like a very Vince McMahon thing to do. When you get other companies' talent, you bury them. We'll pick out who we want from the wreckage. You know, no one remembers Buff Bagwell coming to WWE after the invasion, right? Where was Disco Inferno? Where was all them other? We'll take who we want. Once these contracts come up, we saw the NWO come over. We saw Paul Wright come over before the ship sank. We saw Booker T. We'll take what we want. The rest of y'all, go get a job at wherever. Go be safety managers and go work at the construction site.
First of all,
that's what they're doing at TNA.
First of all,
the same
you're
thing.
Not going to disrespect Disco Inferno like that. Shout out to Disco Inferno.
I'm just saying. Yeah. But when WWE bought them,
is the highest rated NXT wrestler in WWE 2K5 25 is Trick Williams with an 80.
An 80. That's what when WWE ranked them, don't put them at 85.
And by the way, that's it takes 140 other wrestlers. There's 140 other people on the roster before you get to an NXT wrestler, and it's him. But I think NXT it's weird because it definitely started as like a reality show. I thought it was fire. I fucked with it.
The black and gold was some of the best shit ever.
It was, and it was like a developmental league there still, but black and gold was almost so good
It got too good, bro.
Its own thing, like it almost like ECW, and that's why I get the TNA thing. But if it's gonna be like that, I feel like they have to almost show more separation. Like they can't be having Undertaker randomly show up just to show. Like, first of all, y'all know how I feel about fucking Mark Catway. Get him the fuck out of here. I'm trying to see the Undertaker, Mark. Go home, bro. In your fucking beanie chokeslam. No, like but it could be like a ECW with the TNA belt and shit. I think they need to give it more of an identity because right now, you're right. It's the same WWE with the rookies, but it doesn't have to be that. They could have them turning up. They can make it its own thing, which is what I think they're trying to do. But putting the
I don't think that. I think WWE doesn't give a shit about Lucha Underground. None of these AAA, none of these companies. I think they are the same company they've always been, like the aliens from Independence Day. They're here to take the resources and they'll wipe you out.
Why
and it's evident
there though? Because who
That's
said
what
that?
happens when the money gets involved and the deal. I can do the deal. And look, the only thing I don't like about the Trick Williams win is Trick Williams. It was another gimmicky win. Trick doesn't have that banger match, like, bro. I remember watching Sasha Banks and Bayley give a match of the year on NXT. Trick doesn't have that one defining. If he would have had a clean, just hell of a match with Joe Hendry, nobody would probably say nothing. But I think it's too many gimmicks with him, and I just want to see him stand on his own too and just have it. But that's just the fan in me.
But he can't wrestle. He's a brawler.
Hey, whoa.
This is like the Undertaker, bro. The Undertaker doesn't have too many top-notch Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels style matches. He has banger gimmick matches.
Watch the magic happen.
I'm just being honest. When you think about Undertaker one-on-ones, bell-to-bell matches, you're like, when you start talking about Hell in a Cells and casket matches, the classics start coming.
Well, see, here's the thing. It's a lot of wrestlers we can put that title on, but if you're doing that in NXT, you don't have a future in WWE. Like,
doing what?
Because you're a brawler. So if you can't wrestle and like, look at Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne can do it all. And they called up Pete Dunne and have him go back and forth. Machine.
Pete Dunne can't do it all though. Pete Dunne really can't do it all. Pete Dunne can have, and this is okay. Look, there was a moment in time where NXT was hands down the best wrestling that WWE was doing. Like it got so good that when they did the Survivor Series, the NXT wrestlers got more cheers than everyone, and they were like, "Hey, cut that shit out. Send them back to the locker room because we don't like that." But it's because NXT Black and Gold was kind of its own thing. They didn't do this like gimmick thing. The focus was good matches. Pete Dunne had great matches, right? But he didn't to me, maybe I'm bugging. He wasn't the total package. Like if you send him to the main roster, he's not going to stand out where there are total packages. Even Cody, even though I don't really fucking know.
So you would say Trick Williams is more of a package.
100%.
I would say that too. However, Pete Dunne has been to the main roster.
We got to pause with the word in here. I'm just going to put a blanket.
No, he looks good. He looks better.
No, Trick Williams is the total package,
he
bro.
He passes the eye test, but again, you got to ring the bell. He passes the eye test.
Yeah.
But when you ring the bell, that's where Pete Dunne
It's not going to be the
excels.
fourth week in a row I get on here and call a wrestler sexy, but he passes the eye test.
And this is my point. Pete
you
Dunne.
say it in a good way, though. You say Jerry be flagrant with it. You say it good, Archie.
Here's my issue. Pete Dunne has been up on our main roster. Roxanne, they made a point to say she got signed. Julia, they made a point to say she got signed. Stephanie Vicure came and got a vignette on Raw.
That's the females, bro.
That's not a bro. Pete Dunne ain't no female.
No, I'm saying the people you're comparing Pete Dunne to are females working in the female.
I'm saying Trick. Out of all these people who were NXT, and Trick was feuding with Pete Dunne in NXT, he ain't seen the main roster. He ain't even sniffed it.
I agree. I think he should have gone. But okay, here's my point that I was
and
getting.
I think
to.
that
Like
goes to what
Adam
Archie
Cole,
says. You gotta ring the bell, bro. I need your promo to be a little better, but really, you're in ring. You're not gonna always have these gimmick matches because you're not gonna start at the top of the food chain. People are at the top of the food chain. They get gimmick matches. Nobody wants to see Tozawa in a no holds barred match with fucking Taka Michinoku or some shit. You know what I mean?
Hey,
like, it ain't
that's
happening.
racist. Set it up. I would love to watch that shit. I'm
choppy,
not
choppy,
pee.
You know what I'm saying?
Referee Funaki.
Yo, I don't know where Taka Michinoku came in my head with the Michinoku driver and shit, but
I thought Taka was cool. Hey, throw Jimmy Yang Wang in there while you at it.
Hey, Jimmy Yang is literally, y'all think I'm playing. I've got a few. Look, Mick Foley was my dream interview. So once we got him, I got a few people who I need to get an interview with. Jimmy Wang Yang is one of them. Jimmy, if you see this somehow, Ryback, you be watching. I need an interview with you too, motherfucker. I got some serious questions for you. But
I'm just saying,
like Adam Cole could have gone to the main roster and been just another one, even though I think Adam Cole was the total package for real. But he stayed in NXT and was the best. He was the dominant.
He also was under the Vince era, though, I think. And I think if he would have came now, they'd have pulled him up.
The perfect example of the whole NXT thing right now is DIY. Gargano and Ciampa have one of the absolute best stories in NXT and some of the absolute best matches in NXT history. And for some reason, the crowd hasn't taken to them. And
well, they're on now. I mean, you know.
No, look, and I always said this. Johnny Gargano is a great wrestler, but he's not the total package. Ciampa, look, I'm going to just be real. And I don't even think we should be living in an age of where it's like, oh, this guy's this height. But when I watched fucking the NXT versus SmackDown versus Raw Survivor Series, and they brought some of those NXT motherfuckers, right? And Tommaso Ciampa was an amazing villain. And I saw him get into the ring with Randy Orton, and he went toe-to-toe, and he was like, he looked up because he's like, small. Shit didn't look right, bro. Shit didn't
I'm gonna
look
pause
right.
myself before I say this, but a lot of these guys just need about 5 more inches.
Hey, yeah.
I paused myself before I said it.
Hold on.
There's no way to avoid it. They just need 5 more inches.
Yo, you could have said like
they just need to be a little taller. No,
he gave us that Ocho Cinco interview. He said I didn't have enough.
Said they ain't have enough.
Hey, this is where if anybody wants to sponsor us, Blue Chew or Roll, this would be a perfect time to insert your ad here. You need 5 more inches? Hey, Blue Chew.
I'm down for a Blue Chew sponsor. I would be down if they send us some
insert ad.
Hey, I'll test that shit right now.
You are so trying to get off this pod.
Matter of fact, I need a hand delivered by
I'm like, damn, we've been here an hour, bro. I've been in the
rocked up in a car doing a pod. It's crazy.
I was in the location prior to starting this pod. I'm like, fuck, an hour, fuck.
Well, we appreciate you, dog, and thank you for your service, by the way.
Thank you. Happy Memorial Day, y'all. I had a great Memorial Day. I really did.
We could cut it, man. I got in late.
No. We definitely got to talk about this. We ain't just gonna leave this conversation high and dry.
What?
You know, these wrestlers who are not in the same proportion as other wrestlers.
But it's fact. Y'all didn't think that when y'all saw it? But
no, like
they fucked up letting Keith Lee go. Keith Lee could have been a star for real. But Tommaso Ciampa was a really good villain in NXT. That's why if NXT was its own thing like ECW, they should have just kept that rocking.
Tommaso Ciampa, the Undisputed Era. Like, you go down the list.
And bro, if you look at all the motherfuckers we're talking about, Pete Dunne, Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, all these motherfuckers are pause. They're small motherfuckers. They're motherfuckers.
But Pete Dunne has an advantage. The way he wrestles eliminates some of that because he's like, I'm the bruiserweight, and he does things and he attacks joints like and he attacks, so it makes it hard for big men to stand up. He goes at your back, he goes at your hands, so salute to Pete Dunne.
Can I say I hate Pete Dunne's moveset? Can I just say that? He be putting the motherfucker's hand on, bro. He be grabbing the motherfucker's hand, bending it back, putting them on the ring, and then just leaving it and jumping and stomping on it. Who the fuck in a fight, right? If a motherfucker grabs you, then puts your hand on the mat and then leaves it. No one's touching it. The motherfuckers just leave their hands there to get fucked up. It don't make sense.
Even with that, it's like it makes me think of 205 Live. 205 Live was fire.
Cruiserweight. But
nobody gave them the eyes. Think about who was in 205 Live. You had Tony Nese, Enzo Amore, who I think if he hadn't got into trouble would have easily been damn near Hall of Famer just because of who he was. You had Leo Rush at one point, who I love, but you know what I'm saying it's you can't beat your genetics, no matter how good that you are or something. Even everybody ain't gonna give you Muggsy Bogues, right? That's an anomaly. Rey Mysterio, that's a once in a lifetime talent, but it's the size.
What WWE could do though is bring them on Raw and give them that 30-minute, like, yo, from 8:30 to 8:45, it's 205 Live, and
they did that. 205 Live had his own hour.
They did that at one point.
When was it on Raw?
It had his own hour, then they moved and gave it his own show. Yeah, they was trying.
No, I'm talking about on Raw. Just make it within the
They
major
did. They
show.
changed the apron.
Yeah, they did. When they first started doing the 3-hour format, they committed 1 hour to the 205.
Yeah, it was. They changed the ropes, the apron, and everything.
It was all purple and shit. I remember now.
Yeah. I had to throw a blanket pause comment in the chat because there's a lot of pauses going on right now. But I think that, like with Cruiserweight specifically, they shouldn't have made it its own show. 205 Live didn't need to happen. They could have just made it, bring the Cruiserweight Championship back. You know what I mean? I just don't think that's the thing with NXT because they're not cruiserweights. They're good.
I used to like the light heavyweight championship. I thought that was dope.
Yeah,
like
I agree.
Then you had my man. What my man was? Crash Holly come out there with the scale. Like I'm 300 pounds. Like
yeah.
I think one thing that kills it is you still have these guys wrestle regular matches, and that's like, bro, don't
let Brock
Lesnar get hold of these
your
little
son
motherfuckers.
Box. That's why they have weight classes in boxing.
No, I think that could work, but when you go Crash Holly this week after having a great match last week is going to take on the likes of Brock Lesnar or Viscera. You're like, oh, come on.
Who that was Rey Mysterio beat? Well, it was Big Show, Mark Henry, Khali. Like he beat one night he beat all the giants.
Yeah, but it made sense because, bro, Rey Mysterio is the total package. He got the image. First of all, Rey Mysterio is a god where he comes from. Like the Great Khali, as much as people want to hate on him, if you go to the Great Khali's hometown, that motherfucker is a god. There's no he's one of the most famous.
Even Jinder Mahal, they to their countries where HP is to Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Bro, I might be the biggest Jinder Mahal fan in the world. I've said that. I might be the biggest Jinder Mahal fan in the world.
It's like the NASCAR driver Chase Elliott. It's a bell in his hometown. Like when he comes home, they ring the bell and the whole city come out. Like
that's crazy.
Some people just mean a lot to where they're from.
They got a golden statue of Stephon Marbury in China because he wasn't the best over here, so he went to China and became the Michael Jordan of China.
Yeah, he's on postage stamps. He got his own holiday, everything. Yeah, Stephon. Sometimes you got to leave. You know what I'm saying?
It's one of the best hacks.
But even this is the last thing I'll say before I want to cover these Money in the Bank winners. About that, going back to the Randy.
Going back to get in this house.
All right, so let me just say this real quick. I didn't even know Tommaso Ciampa was that much small. The rest of these motherfuckers, because they was putting him against motherfuckers the same size and shit. Optical illusion. That's not something Triple H knows how to do. I'm being real.
Because he's from the big greasy muscle era. Like you gotta be jacked. Like. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, how would you feel if you try to take some steroids and then a motherfucker who's been on steroids his whole life is like, yo, don't do that. Who the fuck are you? What? You know what I mean? That's the world we live in today. It's kind of like Triple H is trying to clean up all the shit that he did that made wrestling great. And he's like, nah, don't do that. And they like, what? Why not? Nixon 6, bro. Nixon 6.
Nixon 6.
Penta and Seth Rollins. How y'all feel before we get out of here? Those are the winners we got. I don't think Penta should have won, but that's just how I feel.
Well, you thought should have won that.
They're gonna put Penta in Money in the Bank because he's gonna give you the social media highlight, flippity flip off the third ladder stacked on the other ladder move. So yeah, but
I don't know how to do it.
Oh man, here you go.
Guess.
Oh, he going back to the
don't go Shannon Sharp on us. Oh, Mama Shell.
No. I'm gonna slide up out of this.
Archie, what kind of shit be Archie be on? Now I think Penta just might. It sounds weird. I think he still don't got the style quite down. The timing, the chemistry, the WWE style. I feel like he still don't got it down. Weirdly enough, and when you put him in a ring with someone like Chad Gable, it shows a lot because Chad Gable got that shit.
But you have to put Penta in the ring with textbook wrestlers, dog, that understand the lingo, the talk, and can kind of go with the flow and on the fly. That's why when a lot of people come in, they put him in the ring with Dom. Dom is safe. Dom is going to give you what you need. Yeah. Penta, I think, has to slow down for the WWE style. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has to kind of slow down a little bit. You got to get somebody in there with him that can slow him down. So
Dragon Lee was going crazy. Penta almost killed Gable, and Dragon Lee almost killed himself. Like, Dragon Lee was going crazy tonight. Dragon Lee is fire. See, Dragon Lee is Penta too, obviously. Those motherfuckers, small motherfuckers, and could go far. I don't know if it's just because they're luchadors, because Gable is also a small motherfucker who I think could go far, but Dragon Lee claps.
See, but Gable's a little different because Gable's not as big as the rest, but he wrestles a strong style. He does strength spots, right? And it's impressive to see when you have like the little guys looking like little guys doing little guy stuff. It's just next to the bigger guys. It's just a weird thing. But Seth, I don't know what they're doing. They could do no wrong with Seth Rollins right now.
Oh yeah, you wasn't here when I. Wait, I don't know. I think they gotta send Seth after Jay, man. Keep him away from John Cena. John Cena does not need the help. John Cena is the GOAT, and I think. Look, I got 4 people who I think are going to be the dethrones. I think one of these 4 are going to
dethrone of Cena, a dethrone of Jay.
No, dethrone Cena. 2 are realistic and 2 are kind of dreams. The dream ones are Jacob Fatu, the whole Umaga thing. He's a new person, and I think that's more realistic than I might think. I really think it is. The dream, call me crazy, our fucking truth. I don't think it's done. He's the one to turn him good. He gets his first championship off him. Cody Rhodes, they go the fucking typical obvious route. The number one person who I think right now is going to end up doing it, CM Punk. I think they've been saving him. I think he's the one who's going to take the belt off Cena. Jay needs the help. He needs good matches. He needs good storylines. Send Seth and that new faction after Jay. And you've heard how there's been rumors that maybe they want to bring some bloodline shit back. Jay is against the most powerful faction, dominant one. He needs some help. Go get Jimmy. Send Seth after Jay. For the love of God, if Seth wins and then he's like, I'm going to be very John Cena, I'm gonna break my TV. I'm going to need a new TV. Black Friday coming up in a few months, I'm going to need a new TV because keep him away from Cena. Send him after
I just don't see how you even send Seth at Jay and Seth is not successful. Like, that faction is crazy.
What you mean not successful?
I mean, I don't see how you send Seth at Jay and Seth don't win. Like, that's that's impossible odds.
Yeah, that's
faction. It was already tough with just Braun Breaker. You add Bronson Reed to that.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, the other person who I think I don't know if he's in the mix yet, but I think he will be is LA Knight. LA Knight, who's been saying it? Jatinder Keller. LA Knight. They got to do. I think it's a good time. LA Knight, I think, could rejuvenate Jay's belt a little bit, but I don't think they taken off. See, Triple H. I hate to keep going at him, but the other management, if they gave you that belt and you wasn't hot in 2 weeks, someone else is getting it. Triple H, he's He's not taking that belt off Jay for a while. He's not going to. That motherfucker's gonna have it till next WrestleMania.
Shit, me.
No, he's not. No, he's not. At best, I say SummerSlam.
But who would he? I mean, I wouldn't be mad at Seth taking it off him. I really won't. I really wouldn't.
Nah, Gamaj, don't be changing. A few months ago, you was with Jay Uso. I saw you. I
was, and I still am. I just feel like I said at minimum.
No, you was literally with him. I saw you and him together. Is what I'm saying. Like,
and I said at best, let him hold it till SummerSlam, and I still stand on that. You can't have it like the way they did his IC title reign. That was only 1 or 2 weeks.
Yeah, that was disgusting.
Yeah,
that was disgusting.
Yeah, but even having Cena touch with him is wow.
Yeah, I don't get the point of that. Maybe because it's money, bro. Money in the Bank was the golden fucking opportunity to do CM Punk versus Cena and make it a big deal. That was the golden fucking opportunity. I don't know why they're doing this tag team match, but look, you see, this shit got Archie turning sideways and shit because it just don't make no
Paul
sense.
Paul Wall out here, baby, sitting sideways, and it's the Y6, man. They're coming for me.
That was the best opportunity, and they didn't do it, and I really don't know why, man. I fuck with Jay, but they gotta do something, bro. They gotta give it something. Becky Lynch, I feel like Becky Lynch ain't been shit since he returned. Like, that's a harsh way to put it. Underwhelming. Like, they've got the ingredients, they just not cooking it right, bro. They not cooking it right at the moment.
Yeah, we always talk about wrestlers who never won titles and should have, your Mr. Perfects and all these type of people, your Lex Luger's, all this stuff. It's some wrestlers who are so popular, they don't need the titles to solidify them. I believe Jey Uso was one of those people, and now they're just trying to figure it out because his popularity is what it is. He didn't get more popular.
Not at all. I feel like he got less popular. Bro, when he won the Royal Rumble, that YouTube video, they disliked the shit out of it. When he won the championship, they disliked the shit out of it. That wasn't happening before. And I get that it's different. He sells merch and shit, but...
And that's the difference between a Jey Uso and a Daniel Bryan. They both had their movements, but that Yes movement was crazy, and it shot Daniel Bryan to the moon.
Yeah, the Yes movement was different, though. I don't know if we've seen anything like it since it. Like, the Yes movement, sometimes you have these moments that go beyond wrestling. You had NFL teams going, yes, that was, and it happened because it was organic. Like, the Yeet is good, and I see people doing it outside of wrestling, but it's not the Yes movement, bro. The Yes
it was that
movement,
one intro
had
France,
the
I believe.
potential to be, but it missed out on that.
Yeah, is that they saw that crazy intro he had, like, yo, what? Make it a t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? So, but y'all got anything else before we get up out of here?
Yeah, let me ask y'all a question before we get up out of here. Last question of the night. I kind of gave my guess. Who y'all think is going to dethrone Cena? Because I need to end on Cena. We can't end on Jey Uso. We got to end on the GOAT.
I don't know. CM Punk is like the front runner. I mean, I think that's one of the reasons Punk came back, to get his WrestleMania match, to get one good golden timeout and ride off into the sunset. It wouldn't surprise me if Punk won and did what he did when he won a title and his contract expired. He just left with the title. It'd be fine if they redid that again. But, you got Heyman tied up here, new factions. I say this, I've been saying it all the pods. I'm going to stop booking. I'm just going to start watching it because I don't know what's happening no more. I don't know. It makes my hair hurt. I don't know.
Gamaj, you got a guess on who you think is going to dethrone him? You done met all these motherfuckers. One of them had to whisper to you at some point, hey, it's going to be me.
I have no idea, because especially when it comes to Cena, I can't talk to someone I can't see.
I do know they wasted the R-Truth story. That could have been a long...
Hold on, we can't just pass over that. That was fire, Gamaj. That was fire.
Gamaj been cooking me for 3 weeks, so I ain't giving him no love.
I agree with you.
No yeet.
The R-Truth one. But that's why I think the R-Truth thing isn't over. I think he's going to be the one. Like,
the Ron Cena shirt is crazy.
That was fire. That was fire. But let's see some of the guesses. Michael Brown says Sammy. Probably not going to happen, but I would love it. Vinny says Punk or Cody, probably. Mike says Cody or LA Knight, not LA Knight. Vinny also said Shelton Benjamin should have gotten one. Probably top 5 people who deserve the belt and never got one. Vinny, DM me. I need that Liv poster. You see the room. All I got is Lego right now. I need a good Liv poster. You hit me and hook me up with one, bro. I need a good
Shout
one.
out to Vinny, man. Vinny is one of our long-term viewers, but he's also one of our Wednesday Night Wars members. If you don't know what the Wednesday Night Wars is, we're about to get up out of him and tell you real quick. It's where we go to war on Wednesday night. We pick a topic and we battle. This Wednesday is the top 5 promos in wrestling history. But here's the thing. We can't use the pipe bomb or Austin 316. So we got to get it. We've been talking about it all week with our team. Shout out to the Click. Shout out to the Horseman 97 in the
Whose
chat.
team is Vinny on?
Huh?
Whose team is Vinny on?
Vinny, he's part of the Click. He with HP in them. You know what I'm saying? But he's not one of the horse. You know what I'm saying? You see it, the Horseman 97. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody that's a part of this Wednesday Night War thing. If you want to be a part of it, all you gotta do is have a membership. We made it as cheap as possible. If you want to get on, not just get on, you be on the screen talking your talk. So check it out this Wednesday at 8:30 if you're curious. And shout out to everybody that's part of the Wednesday Night Wars.
And before the next draft, I'm battling one of you motherfuckers. I might battle a few of you motherfuckers, but before the next draft, I'm giving one of y'all these bars. Right now, it's looking like I'm going to take out the Click because Jerry be pissing me off talking about the chicken nuggets. We got steak on the plate.
And it's 400 bags of chips on the line in that battle.
400, bro. 400 bags of chips. Do you know how many? You could feed the hood on that, bro.
You could feed the hood.
That's going to be the last thing I'll say.
Gamaj, got anything before you get up out of here?
Nah, man. I'm good.
He got to go. He got fucking Trish Stratus waiting outside right now. He just waiting to fucking
we about to get up out of here, man. This is Attitude Era Podcast. Shout out to Billy Gunn. If you haven't seen it, man, Billy Gunn just showed us major love. One of the biggest guys in Attitude Era. Pause. I'm been real flagrant tonight. And he just showed the podcast some love. You're going to see it all on your timelines because this is Attitude Era Podcast. That is Z, the Dropout. I am the Archie Carter. That is Gamaj. We see y'all Wednesday night, 8:30. Wednesday Night Wars, Attitude Era Podcast. You heard? Peace.
Peace.
Somebody in the truck got to end it.